by, sold I to the merchant ships. Minutes after they took I from the bottomless pit, but my hand was made strong by the hand of the Almighty. We forward in this generation triumphantly. Won't you help to sing these songs of freedom? 'Cause all I ever have
et tu as tout changé. Si te connais, si te connais.
Welcome, everybody! Economics Resurrection with Jeff Paul Daiti. Monsieur Daiti, you know what I like about the beginning of your show? Là, tu compares. Comment c'est joué? I like that. I like that. I like that. What's going on? Sac passé.
Mon cher, nous pas plus mal femme. Nous dis à nous comptons sur plateforme là, nous avons pile bail pour nous parler.
Okay, good.
So I'm good.
Okay, do your thing. Do your thing.
So, je dis à c'est une récapitulation de ça que nous t'ai parlé pendant 3 semaines que nous t'ai fait show ensemble. Dernière semaine là, nous pas capable de passer parce que nous avons un petit problème technique, quoi, pas de bon. La semaine ça, nous décider, quel que soit le genre nous mentalement parlant, nous paraître devant nous. Nous dit ça qui est dans la tête nous, dans le cerveau nous. Et puis, nous travaillons. Alors, première semaine, nous avons passé ensemble. Nous avons joué en vidéo. Côté que un monsieur qui est criminel qui appelé pour nous des séries de livres qui ont 2 attraits différents. Des livres côté que étaient écrits en 1504, côté que après que il y a des séries de monde qui parlent avec les caciques. Et les caciques, c'était les chefs de région. Et le mot cacique, il faut réaliser que c'est un mot hébreu que tu es. Et il lit aussi des séries de livres qui écrits en 1800 avec de la scassa. Mais les livres, ça, ils ont des gens différents parce que M. Patla, dans plusieurs attestations dans sa dit, mais il appelé directement avec sensation et émotion. En plus, le dépiquement que il gagne en tant que dessin qui fait et montre que Haïtiens, c'était des mots qui étaient tout unis et qui étaient gullible. I have a question for you.
Yes, sir.
Was I speaking Haitian Creole or?
You were just speaking Haitian Creole, so.
Oh my goodness!
I know that you want to do a show in Haitian Creole.
I
didn't
will,
realize
but
it was
that's
this
not
one.
going to be that one. It's next one.
So you could take it from the top for people who didn't understand what you just said.
Oh, all right. Oh my goodness! I thought I was good. I was doing better, but maybe I'm not.
You're good. You're good. You're good.
So, guys, all right, we're here to do a recap on the 3 different shows that we did. So the first show was about Cremail. Cremail is a reader, he's an historian, and what he has done is he has given us two type of books. One of the books that was written in 1502, 1504, I think, I'm not sure. I have to go back and take a look. Talks about someone, I can't remember the name, speaking with the cacique that was there at the time. And the caciques were the chief, which is actually a Hebrew term. And he goes in depth on explaining exactly who the caciques were and how impactful they were and important they were and what was the condition at the time. Very important to understand that because understanding what happened when they first got there or when they first realized where they were, according to what they were saying, but I can guarantee you they knew where they were. And then you'll have readings from the 1800s where the Las Casas actually would write, books that would appeal to your senses, to your emotion, and they would depict the Haitians, people that were naked and gullible, to the fact of they were getting cut by the bayonet of the white man. Come on, man. But anyway, the same way, these books, influence your senses and your emotion. It's the same way you would have movies that would also do the same thing, like Kunta Kinte, or other movies that would make you really think that the transatlantic slave trade happened the way they said it happened. But here is the key. That makes that much sense. 4 months on a ship where every layer of the boat is filled up with slaves. Where do you put the crew? That's number one. Where do you put the water? That's number two. Where do you put the food? That's number three. You cannot survive more than 2 weeks without food. Okay, 2 to 3 weeks, depending on your capacity. But water, it's even less. So if we start thinking about the mindset, the programmation of a movie or a book, you know, in order for it to be a good programmation, it has to appeal to your senses. So the reason why I brought up Mail is to let you know that there are segment in it that was very key to understand what type of people we have and what type of infrastructure we had. Let's play one of the segment as far as what they found in 1502. So 1492 is when they got there. 1500s is when they started exploring the island. Go right ahead.
Indians. This perhaps densely populated place in the world. Again, from Bartolomé de las Casas' own personal account, he told you from our own eyes. He's telling you Hispaniola, this large island, was perhaps the most densely populated place in the world, not just in the Caribbean or America, in the world. There must be close to 200 leagues of land on this island, and the seacoast has been explored for more than 10,000 leagues, and each day more of it is being explored. And all the land so far discovered is a beehive of people. It is as though God had crowded into these lands the great majority of mankind. All right?
All
Densely
right.
populated.
So the most densely populated region in the world. So that actually is the Las Casas in 1800 that tells you this is what they saw when they first got there in the 1500s. Think about it. 200 years later, 1500s, no, 400 years later, something is wrong Because if it was the most densely populated, then prior to that, you'd find a lot of documentation that would actually acknowledge that, and you do find it. So interesting. What is the infrastructure that you need to have to accommodate 800,000 people per square mile? A lot. Talking about a good way to remove all waste. You have to have good water supply. The housing has to be perfect. What about electricity? Do you think we had electricity back then? Well, according to history, we were in a dark age. But what if I tell you that there's plenty of evidence that we had energy? They actually show you building with antennas that actually brought in energy. And today they'll tell you the pyramid was actually a conductors of energy. To the fact that Tesla actually built the same type of structure that you'll find everywhere in the world, by the way, that would actually be able to transmit via the ether energy to any place that you would want. And the Rothschild actually fucked that up because they couldn't put a meter on it. I have to get my facts straight. But based on these things, it's like, what is there exactly should we believe in? Because we were not there. So those are not facts that we can actually attest to. So that's very important to understand. Facts that we cannot attest to, but logic is the only thing that we can rely on. But it doesn't make a lot of sense. And then the other question is why? So why is this important to understand the nature and the essence on how they found Haiti? Well, one of the things that we spoke about on the second aspect is the name of Haiti. What does it mean in reality? So we realize that when we looked into it, they teach us in school that Haiti is a Arawak language, which means mountain. That same book with Curry Mayo that tells you that when they got there and spoke to the cacique, which is a Hebrew term, and you would also find out that Christopher Columbus also had a translator, Luis del Toro, that when Luis del Toro was speaking with the people on the island, he tells you that these people spoke an older form of Hebrew. This is part of the video that I actually played for you. So that name, IT, is a Hebrew word. And where do you find that word? Well, that word is I was. I was means Haiti. So if I was mean Haiti, where do you find that term? And why is it important? Well, you find that term in when Moses met God for the first time. And God says to Moses, go on and go liberate your people. And Moses turned around and said, hey, who do I tell them sent me? And God responded to him, he said, tell them that I am that I am, which is my name, and I'm the God of your forefathers, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. But here is the problem. Aye, Ashe, Aye does not exist per se in Hebrew because that's fairly new. The word I am, if you look at it, always been I was, because the person that you were and the person that you are today is the same person. So in that book was written I was. That's why he's the Alpha and also the Omega. He's the one that's there now and is the one that always been. And the always been is what? IT. This is why in the book of Ezekiel, what does he say? He says that the people, the one who has my name, who in the world has God's name? But the Jews is Judah. Israel, no, that's Jacob's name. The only people that has God's name, according to that, is the I am, which is Asher or Eya, and then his last name is It. That's his last name. And the way they write it is Hayti. That's why in Haitian Creole, you write it Ayti, and in true Hebrew, it's Hayti when it becomes a name. But wait a minute, did you know about this? Why is it important? Well, it's important because according to history, the history that I researched, not the history that they already cooked in and the salt, the pepper, or whatever ingredient that they want you to eat, and then that they fed you through school. Not that one. The one that you actually have to go pick up old books, write every single aspect so that it can make sense to you. And what I find out is this. We were very important. We were very important. The Haitians are very important, and they were very well known throughout the world. That's why in America you have a lot of landmass region that are called Haiti. That's why every single big cities was discovered by a Haitian. That's why also the good was also used. Now, what is the good and why is it important? Do you really think that the good was only for the small island of Haiti? No. The good in itself is part of a system where the guild and the good actually work together. You're going to put it together. So the guild was a system, a financial system that actually uses professionalism and enhancement of community. If you are here to be part of growing the city, growing the wealth of the nation, building anything and teaching, they will pay you in guild. The guild now does not have a value. But what it does, though, it actually gives you guarantee of housing, healthcare, education, and security. And the more guild you have, the higher your status into the society. So the more you contribute to the society, the better you are and your family are. The good is different. The good it's in essence the agricultural powerhouse of that system. The land that you have, how much can you produce? How much people can you have? The art, craft, and decoration, all these attributes of culturalism that was actually built in good until they came in and poisoned that mindset, which was called the totalitarian economy. And they brought in now the banking system where they changed the good with the pièce good. So the pièce good now has a value, a monetary value. That's why the sale of Louisiana Purchase was done in pièce good. But it was not part of the system that did not use money. Now, why is this important? Well, it shows you that these two fractions was all over the world. Yes, it was all over the world. But what we don't realize is how important Haiti was for the world. Now, in order for us to understand that, it's the reach of royalty. You see, we knew that one of our queen was called Anakahona. She was the Aboriginal empress of Haiti. Cool. In books that I have, they don't call her Anakahona, they call her Ana-Akon. Ana, which means queen, and Akon, which means of kings. That's number one. Number two, if she's the empress, so she should have had a lot of other kingdoms under her. That's number two. You have to remember that. So that means that a lot of the people or kingdoms also would know about Haiti. I'll give you another hint. In the Bible, they talk about King David. King David, one of his sons, that was the most important son out of that Bible, which is King Solomon, he had Solomon with a particular woman, which he did a bad deed in order to get her, but her name was Bathsheba. Bathsheba, huh? Here is the problem, though. The word Sheba means queen. So Bathsheba is the queen of Bath. And where is the region of Bath? Got it. It's in the Royaume-Uni or UK, United Kingdom. But if it is in United Kingdom, we have a problem. That means that Israel that we know, it's not exactly in that little region called Palestine. No. It would have to be a much grandiose place because they'll tell you that King David was the richest man on earth. If we go one step further to actually acknowledge this, what was the name of the wife or the person that gave birth to Solomon II? So she was the woman that had the child with Solomon. Her name was Queen Sheba. So wait a minute. One was called Bathsheba, and then this woman was called Queen Sheba. So what, they didn't have any, everybody was called Sheba? No, because they were all queens. So Queen Sheba, she's the queen of all queens. And if that's a title, was she really from Ethiopia? Because Ethiopia truly means region of people who has burned face. So where do you think you'll find a queen that has that title? I'm waiting. Well, right here in the Americas, her name is Queen Khalifa. According to historians, she was always called the Queen of all Queens or the Amazonian Queen. That's why you have Wonder Woman. They know exactly what they're telling you. You just start putting it together. All right. So now let's talk about, now that you understand or you have a particular vision of the essence of what I'm trying to tell you and the grandeur of what I'm trying to tell you, because they're trying to make you think that everything was like butt naked people running around not knowing ABC or anything like that. That's not true. Now let's go on a video that I actually started to really like, because the gentleman, his research, he's from France, so his research was done in French, but actually correlate exactly with some of the high discovery that I have. Let's play that video, and then I'll try to explain it to you in English in a few seconds.
Dans cette vidéo, nous découvrirons qui est la famille de Jacques Ier, connue aussi sous le nom de Dessalines. Dans une précédente vidéo, je vous ai dévoilé le vrai portrait de Jacques Ier. Aujourd'hui, je vais vous dévoiler des informations qui ont été cachées depuis plus de 200 ans, à savoir les armoiries de la famille de Jacques Ier. Il faut savoir que le nom royal Jacques Ier n'a pas été choisi de manière anodine. En effet, dans la noblesse royale et dans ce cas précis impérial, les prénoms sont souvent choisis selon les traditions dynastiques et familiales bien établies. Les prénoms des ancêtres sont souvent repris pour rendre hommage aux souverains marquants de la lignée. Ceci vise à renforcer la continuité dynastique. Tel fut le cas avec les prénoms royaux de Louis, Henri et Charles. Et dans le cas de Jacques Ier, son nom était un nom dynastique. Le prénom Jacques est traduit en anglais par James, et ce nom était une tradition en Angleterre, en Écosse et en Irlande. Il y a eu Jacques I d'Écosse, Jacques II d'Écosse, Jacques III d'Écosse, Jacques IV d'Écosse, Jacques V d'Écosse, Jacques Ier d'Angleterre et d'Irlande, connu aussi sous le nom de King James. Il était roi d'Angleterre, d'Écosse, d'Irlande et de France, comme le confirme le livre intitulé A Collection of Scarce and Valuable Tracts, publié en 1809, où on peut voir à la page 260 le passage suivant: Jacques, par la grâce de Dieu, roi d'Angleterre, d'Écosse, de France et d'Irlande. Cela va donc nous amener à nous poser des questions. Jacques Ier tire-t-il son nom des Stuarts? Est-il issu de la lignée Stuart? Le nom Jacques est associé à la lignée des Stuarts et revêt une importance historique particulière, notamment en raison du rôle de King James dans l'union des couronnes d'Angleterre et d'Écosse. Voici la preuve en image que la famille de Jacques Ier est la famille Stuart. Jacques Ier est donc un descendant Stuart. Je tiens à remercier Haitien Muntu King pour cette photo qui a été prise en Haïti, où on peut voir inscrit sur les canons les armoiries de la famille de Jacques Ier, avec les inscriptions suivantes. « Honi soit qui mal y pense ». C'est une vieille expression qui signifie littéralement « honte à celui qui y voit du mal ». Elle est souvent utilisée pour dire que ceux qui interprètent une action de manière négative devraient en avoir honte, ou encore pour défendre une intention honorable contre les jugements malveillants. Cette devise est particulièrement célèbre car elle est associée à l'ordre de la Jarretière, un ordre de chevalerie britannique fondé en 1348 par le roi Édouard III d'Angleterre. Selon la légende, lors d'un bal à la cour, une dame aurait perdu sa jarretière, et lorsque les autres courtisans se sont mis à rire, Édouard III l'aurait ramassée et déclaré cette phrase pour défendre la dignité de la dame. Depuis lors, « Honi soit qui mal y pense » est devenue la devise de l'ordre de la jarretière et est encore utilisée aujourd'hui comme symbole de loyauté, d'honneur et de défense de l'innocence contre les jugements injustes. Il y a aussi inscrit la devise « Dieu est mon droit » et c'est la devise de la maison des Stuarts. Cette expression signifie que le roi ou la reine gouverne par le droit divin, c'est-à-dire par la volonté de Dieu sans avoir besoin de justification auprès des hommes. Cette devise aurait été adoptée par le roi Richard Ier d'Angleterre, dit Richard Cœur de Lion, au XIIe siècle. Elle symbolise l'idée que le droit de gouverner vient de Dieu et non de la volonté humaine, un concept fondamental dans la monarchie de droit divin. Sur les armoiries, on voit également la couronne au-dessus, les lions et la harpe. Les armoiries sont comme une carte d'identité visuelle et symbolique. Particulièrement pour les familles nobles, elles sont conçues pour représenter et identifier des individus, des familles, à travers des symboles uniques et distinctifs. Les armoiries que vous voyez sont les armoiries de la famille Stuart, comme vous pouvez le constater sur l'image. Jacques Ier est un descendant Stuart et la famille Stuart est une famille impériale venant de l'Empire d'Haïti. Jacques Ier est le descendant du roi Jacques Ier d'Angleterre et VI d'Écosse, ou plutôt de l'empereur Jacques, très connu sous le nom de King James. Son nom a été sciemment anglicisé pour brouiller les pistes et nous empêcher de faire le lien au niveau du nom. Il faut savoir que la langue anglaise s'est imposée tardivement et n'a pas plus de 350 ans. Cette langue est venue avec la venue massive des Huguenots en Angleterre suite à la révocation de l'édit de Nantes. Question. Comment expliquer que les devises des armoiries Stuart soient écrites en français? Car l'histoire officielle nous dit que les Stuart étaient des Anglais et que la langue était l'anglais, alors que les devises inscrites sur les armoiries des Stuart sont en ancien français, c'est-à-dire créole. Et les Stuart ont régné en Angleterre jusqu'en 1714, avant l'usurpation du trône par les Hanovres, connus actuellement sous le nom de Windsor. C'est vraisemblablement sous George Ier que la langue anglaise fut imposée. Ainsi, la langue parlée en Grande-Bretagne avant 1714 était le créole, le français ainsi que le latin. Cette vidéo touche à sa fin et sachez que nul ne peut combattre la vérité.
Okay. This is, you have something, we have
Very,
to-
very interesting. I had before we continue, let's just stop for a little station
Absolutely.
break, and we will be right back. Very, very interesting stuff. Stuff that makes you go, We'll be back. We'll be back.
Yo, it's your girl locked on DodorVibe FM, Caribbean flavor, city energy.
Moi j'aime DodorVibe parce que yo joué tout rythme moi grandi avec yo. C'est tant pour me tourner la caille.
Whenever I need some music in my ears, it's all about DodorVibe.
Chaque fois me brancher, moi joue une bonne musique avec bonne énergie. DodorVibe fait me sentir vivant.
And I just downloaded the DodorVibe app. Just download the DodorVibe app and connect it to your car.
Siempre escucho DodorVibe. I don't even speak Haitian Creole, but their music always hits the spot.
J'écoute DodorVibe à chaque occasion, sans exception.
We even listen to DodorVibe way out here in space.
Excusez-moi, mwen gen kek dokumen important mwen ta reme traduit la. Map mache longtemps, mba ka jwenn aucun kote. Est-ce que vous pouvez aider, s'il vous plaît?
Pas paniquer. Si span monte descend, allez dans l'adresse de Dodor Services qui dans 1814 Nostran Avenue dans Ledo Haiti, dans la Brooklyn.
Dodor Services? Ou vle di m yap ka traduit document yo pou mwen?
Dans Dodor Services, yo spécialisé dans traduction tout type de documents, acte de décès, extrait d'archives, acte de mariage, acte de divorce, baptistère, acte de naissance, rivé dans relevé de notes. Dans n'importe langue yo yéa, dans n'importe state ou yéa, n'a traduit pour dans n'importe langue ou vléa.
Même si Haïti, Chili, Brésil, California?
Yes. Même sous Haïti, Chili, Brésil, Californie, Saint-Domingue, ou ap email li, n'a fait pour, ensuite n'a mail li tourner ba ou. Et puis, n'a notarisé pour capable servir dans n'importe pays où yé pour n'importe dossier légal.
So dim la, bam kouri al nan Dodor Services pour me faire traduire tout document mwen yo.
Ou pas besoin courir, ou capable voir document yo sur internet, al nan dodorservices.com et puis cliquez sur ce bouton vert qui marqué Free Translation Code là ou bien relais dans 718 758 50 05 ou bien 50 06 pour plus d'informations.
Ou dim al nan dodorservices.com et cliquez sur ce bouton vert là?
Oui, ce bouton vert qui marqué Free Translation Code là.
Merci en pile, oui.
Pour tout type de document dans n'importe langue, pas inquiéto. Allant dodorservices.com ou soit relais-nous dans 718 758 50 05 ou bien 50 06. Pas oublier, al sous dodorservices.com.
And we are back on Economics Resurrection with Monsieur Jeff Paul d'Haïti. What other goodies do you have for us for the second half of this show, Monsieur d'Haïti?
Well, so that was a recap for the first and second part. The last part Actually, I have a question for you. Do you have any
Yeah.
questions from that last video?
Um,
Or the recap?
I know. You know what? I'm here pressing buttons. I'd have to look at it over, but I know. I'm sure. I'm sure I have questions. I'm sure I have questions. I'm sure I have questions.
All right. So now, remember, what we are talking about is very important. It's called economic resurrection. Ecology is your environment. Nomic is monetary. Resurrection is just that something just died. But I realize that a lot of Haitians, we all want to see a change, but none of us are willing to change. We have to be willing to change within ourselves. We have to be able to understand what kept us down for so long, or what actually allowed us to move forward, but very slowly, while others just catapulted themselves, passing you. And you've been doing everything right. You've been going to church. You've been praying God. You've been very conservative. But there are certain truths and facts that you don't know that does not allow you to be vested or invest in the right thing. Now, Haiti right now is in decadence. You have bandits all over the place. You have mercenaries in Haiti. You have armies in Haiti. You have turmoil. They just killed the president. From that point on, the people haven't had their voice being heard. And every time that the people would want to do something, it needs money. But they do not have money. How can they truly be able to do something about what they need to get done? It's very hard. It's like a game. Which one comes first? Is it the money or the ability to get it done? But now, your environment, why did you let your environment break down the way it has? Well, in the third part of the video, or the last show, I proved to you that your environment was not created by you. It was actually manipulated by people with a lot of money and a lot of power. Let me remind you again of this video.
Shipping lines, working directly for Constantine Gratsos, who's the CEO of Manassas. And he said, we have this opportunity, Mr. Penny, I want you to attend this meeting with me. And so I went, and so they're going around, and the Mobil Oil was there, the Vatican was there, the head of the Vatican Bank, Representative Imelda Marcos was there from the Philippines, and a guy from the CIA was there representing supposedly Secretary of State, although they denied it later, but it was the CIA guys. And they said that the church is interested in Catholics in Haiti. Mobil Oil is interested in oil in Haiti, supposedly they have. Imelda Marcos just wants to have a good time. And the Manassas Shipping Lines is interested in shipping oil in Haiti. And Mr. Pena, and so I'm waiting for the shoe to drop, and he says, you were a military officer? Yes. You were an intelligence officer? Well, arguably yes, but I'm an infantry officer. He says, Mr. Penny's going to head this up. And I head up what? I didn't ask him in the meeting. After the meeting, I said, well, Mr. Gratsos, head up what? The invasion.
What year is this?
1981-82. And we were going to invade to Dominican Republic next door. And in Miami, I get a message on my, in those days, block phone, cell phone, from a guy named Isaac, who was our CIA operative, that said, we're pulling the plug on the deal. The State Department thinks it'll be too controversial. Bullshit. Yes, yeah. And then I recruited about a 250-man army of mercenaries
American.
French Foreign Legion, American, Israeli, what do you call it? Our head guy. I was the general, but the number one.
Thank you. So this guy talks a lot of about everything. It tells you that back in that time, who was interested about Haiti and the reason why. It also tells you, the video is a bit long, that they were even willing to use nuclear bomb in Haiti, decimate the whole entire island. But Congress thought that 50 years to go in there and harvest was too long. Because of radiation poisoning. And the way he speaks and the arrogance that he has and the lack of caring for a group of people is out of this world. And the only reason why he's doing this interview is because it's his last years of his life and he's doing very well. And that's one of the things he can brag about. This is where our nation has come down to. We are divided from escaping the Duvalier regime, where the teachers of Haiti were sent to Zaire under Mobutu Sese Seko, where Canada opened up their door for our professionals, taking all the engineers and doctors. And when they get to Canada, you had to retake classes. Where Paris, France became an option only through Guyana, Martinique, and Guadeloupe. So a lot of us fled through these pathways, but yet, even until today, after so many years, your life has not really quite evolved because they do have a tight leash on your progress and your education. When those who actually took boats, however, President Jacques Duvalier did something that was really good, and he made a small video about that where he says that our yeah, we are in the Americas, and there are a lot of us. And yes, we might have strong roots, but if we do not know where and what type of roots we are always going to stay weak. So yeah, we are in the Americas, and there are a lot of millionaires and government people everywhere. But divided, there's not much we can do. Right now, I'm fighting in the court system to make sure that they understand that the Aboriginal Haitian American national is a powerful entity that's there to protect the rights of the Haitian people. It's called the Haitian American Aborigines. Understanding what those are, those titles, those words, how powerful can they be, is huge. But that requires us singularly to want to know and make the change. Because I don't have to be by myself in court. I could have 5,000 people show into court with me. Right now, this movement by itself would be able to stop every attempt to deport any Haitian because this land is ours. In the first video or in the first show that we had here, I proved that Haiti, the first indigenous people or the slaves that were brought into Haiti came from Virginia. Ver, V-E-R, and Guinea is the name. But because you spell it differently, not spell, because you pronounce it differently, you call it Virginia, but it's Ver Guinea. So Guinea was exactly the first group of slaves that were brought into Haiti. Because remember, Cuba and Haiti was the two forts where people from the north was going to Haiti, people from the south was going to Cuba to remove the family and disperse them. That's part of history. Things that you can go and actually research. Do not come from Africa. So if this land here is my land, and I can prove it on my document, then I'll give you my document who tells you who I am. There's no assumption to this. So this land belongs to me. And unless you claim it, it'll never belong to you. You are not a native either. The Indian are natives. Anyone that are born in this land is a native. But you are not a native. You are an aboriginal. You were always the original people of the land, this land. But if you're always scared because you don't speak the language, because you don't have the right paper under Title 8, listen, there are ways. There are other ways. There are other ways. I had an invitees to, I had a gentleman by the name of Max who was supposed to be here with us. But we had some technical issues, so he couldn't actually come in. I'm going to see if I can actually call him right now and see if he wants to put into his 2 senses into why is it important to actually be an Aboriginal Haitian American. Let me see if he can call there or if he can pick up. I know he's very busy. One of the reasons why I'd like him to speak with you is because of the effort that he has put into the court system.
Please leave your message for 61.
And he's still fighting. And you know, the funny thing is, some of us are fighting for all Haitians, but nobody knows me or him. Hello, Max. Any chance you can jump in? All right. Well, can you hear me? All right, Mr. Basley, you are online with us right now on Economic Resurrection, and what we would like to do is to ask you a few questions, if it's okay with you.
Go for it.
All right. Give me a second. So number one is I know you've been actively working and fighting with the court system so that we can have a win for our people, I guess. How important do you think it would be for Haitians to truly unite under the logistic of Aboriginal or ecclesiastic principles?
Well, I mean, no entity or government is really backing up any group besides their own, so we have to find a way to, fight whoever our enemies are. And usually it's whoever that's trying to get control over our mind, body, and spirit.
So that's where the ecclesiastic comes from?
Every aspect, because foreigners are trying to invade our landmass, our bodies, every aspect of our existence. So it is a must that have some level of protection. I think it's definitely a must that we all have the same mindset in terms of combating whatever system that's there, especially the religious systems.
Interesting. What would you say about the movement? I know I introduced you to that movement a little while back, which is the Aborigine Haitian American Nationals. What would you say about this to the people that are hearing us right now?
Well, we know that we are indigenous to the Americas, and that most of our lands have been, taken or stolen to some degree, and they almost feel as if they can get rid of the owners, the landowners, the true landowners. We never needed a passport to come to America. So, why are they trying to, put it in a can of sardines and shipping us off? Doesn't make sense. Our status has to be clear and it has to be recognized in order for them to stop, doing what they're doing.
That's very important. Yeah, I think you said it all. I don't understand. It's like when I'm on the phone. Give me 1 second. Excuse me?
That's when everybody wants to contact you. We can go to a quick commercial break if you need to take that call. We will do that.
Please.
DodorVibe! The word is getting out. DodorVibe is here. It's always DodorVibe time, and people love it.
I just love DodorVibe. DodorVibe en pile, oui.
DodorVibe is where it's at.
Be the vibe.
Yeah!
Feel the vibe.
DodorVibe.
Do the vibe.
Ça qu'a fait? DodorVibe lié, oui.
See the vibe.
DodorVibe, c'est bon bagay.
From Little Haiti to the world.
Yo blode, sak DodorVibe la.
O baz, koton keye?
M'tande an pil moun ap pale de li.
DodorVibe Radio se yon nouvo stasyon radio nan la Brooklyn. Yo jwe bon müzik epi yo pay bon informasyon.
Ki jan sa? Mba konen non?
Men Fafan, mwede Fafan.
Fafan.
Oh, sa nap fe la? Sak pase mesye myo?
Sa ou kon de DodorVibe, sa ye men.
DodorVibe FM yo relil. Yon nan pi bon stasyon radio nan la Brooklyn.
E vre? Kote map jwen li men.
Wap jwen li tout kote.
Ki jan tout kote la?
Tout kote mdi yo. Se yon stasyon sou internet. Depi ou gen internet, wap ka koute l nepot kote ou ye nan le monde entier.
Ouwe, ou te gen le pase mtap bay manti.
Ki fa? Le monde entier?
J'entends d'elle. Et puis, gratis, ti chéri.
Oh, et kote map jwen radio sa.
Rale téléphone ou, et puis monte sou DodorVibe.com.
Ok. DodorVibe.com.
C'est ça. Bisous, mes amours.
You're chilling with the smoothest sounds on DodorVibe FM, bringing you that laid-back vibe straight from Brooklyn.
I'll invite you another time.
And we are back.
All right, bye. Oh, you want to say goodbye to?
He left. So everybody was trying to call you.
Listen, all at once. It's like
that's the way it happens. That's the way it happens.
I'm truly sorry.
No, that's okay. We've just got a couple minutes left. I don't know how you want to wrap it up, but very interesting show. Very, very interesting show.
So the whole idea now is you who have a very specific background, and let's say in the law. You didn't want to become a lawyer because of the bar. Let's say you are an advocate. Please come and join us. The number is 781-521-7518. You, who actually is a historian, who understands the magnitude of factual history, meaning the timeline that they change on us, our name that they eradicate from the Bible, from history book, the whitewash that they've done. You know, talk about Charles V, black man. We're talking about Jacques Premier, which is Jean-Jacques Dessalines. You see his lineage out of UK. I just told you that Solomon, King Solomon's mother, where was she from? UK. Think about that for a second. Why they don't want to give up the kingship.
So everything is connected in ways that people are not very aware of.
You just don't understand it.
Yeah.
And the whole idea is this, though. But why do they target you that is black? And where does those white people come from? Try to think about this for a second. Yeah, according to the Bible, let's say, if you guys listen to the Bible, they'll tell you that you have three brothers, same tree, same root, three brothers, except that in the three brothers, you have three different wives. One, the first brother, and the second brother look alike. What I mean by that is their children look alike. You have Shem and Ham. The Shemites, which became Israel, would hide inside of the Hamites, which is, the Kemets and the Egyptian and so on and so forth. They would hide, they would look alike. The other ones, the Japetians, would look differently. They would look like the Mongolians.
Give us a cliffhanger because we're out of time. What can people expect for the next show? Are you going to continue this story?
You know what?
Push and show.
The next show has to be done in Haitian Creole. Okay. I have to bring it home.
Okay, bring it home.
The whole idea is this, though. Understand your enemy. Understand what they've done to ridicule you, to make you think that you are nothing. Try to improve the source of your knowledge, your vision, things that matters, and common sense. And then do the first change within yourself. And when you change within yourself, that's only when you're going to be able to change Haiti.
Bobagay. We will be waiting for this next show with great anticipation. Monsieur Jeff Paul d'Haïti, thank you so much for this very eye-opening show as usual. And to everybody else, we will see you next week on DodorVibe. Ciao.
Old pirates, yes, they rob I, sold I to the merchant ships. Minutes after they took I from the bottomless pit, but my hand was made strong by the hand of the Almighty. We forward in this generation triumphantly. Won't you help to sing these songs of freedom? 'Cause all I